So stick it up your ass, Steve. It's really good to see someone while we're all on lockdown. That's it. It's always sort of been there, the women's game, but it's been ignored. So they're fucking scared. I mean, look at Steve Robinson. Since he talked about his parents in the first episode, he basically lied since then because he's too afraid. He doesn't have the guts that Kirk has.
John, you have
shocking echo.
John,
Oh, yeah.
God, what's going on? Jesus Christ. What a fucking disaster on the Kirk Minahan channel. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mena's Live. You're, of course, on the Mena's Minifan Network, and we're simulcast with the other channel, the terrible channel on the main YouTube. I'm Mena's. I'm joined by BA, the treacherous fucking scumbag BA, who I'm going to talk to in a minute. Montante, how are you?
I'm doing well. Why are you being so mean though? You're being aggressive. This is like
like I'm still angry at BA. I mean, this is the first time we've simulcast together. He's a traitor, and I'm also really worried about you. Like, I've been looking at some photos of you, and you are expanding like so rapidly. Like, you are not going to make it to 2025 at this rate. And I'm worried that since you left my network, you've been stress eating because you are massive. Like, you can sort of see it on. Like your face is now taking up most of the frame.
That's the worst to ever do it. It's
How about now? Is it better now?
But you are stress eating or something. Like, I'm worried. Like, you're gonna have a heart attack. You're not gonna make it.
Can we call a spade a spade? Did he cut something out recently for the betterment of his health, which is maybe now not suppressing his appetite?
I'm still a handsome guy.
I agree. I'm not the one who's saying this. I'm just saying.
I'm just really worried about you. And, I think because you were such a scumbag with what you did and you're such a fucking fake loser, like you and John from Scranton come into this world and you're like, we're the tough guys. We're the Mincel Intel guys. We hate the show.
5 years ago.
And then as soon as Kirk dangles a tiny little carrot in front of you, you ran off like a little rat. And I think it's actually, done some damage to your character, and now you're stress eating, you're unhealthy, you're unfit, and I'm really concerned about you. And I don't want to offer you any peace yet, but I hope you make it to 2025 at this rate.
Matters. Let me stick up for my friend here, Michael. I've seen him. What do you guys call him? I've seen him in his skimpies. I've seen him in his undies. Good peak male physique. He's fine. I wouldn't worry about him. He's all right.
I have a big belly, but am I
a big belly? Like in the last couple of months, you've put on like
I've been
50
fat.
pounds.
I've been fat for like 6 months now, at least.
Well,
I was chubby 6 months ago. I was chubby.
I
was fat during
night. I don't know how you sleep at night. And Mike in the Minifans is terrible now.
Back, right?
What?
Probably on his back, I would say, from that.
Also, Mike of the Minifans isn't terrible. It's just as quality as was before.
Oh, so facts 2 weeks in a row is not terrible. PRC Coleman with that dog shit connection.
PRC Coleman was a staple of on Mike of the Minifans.
He was good, but remember how I used to get him to fix his sound?
You can't. It's always sounded like that. PRC.
No, you can get it better. If the producer's doing his job, you can fix it. But John from Scranton,
producer can't fix an echo. What do you expect?
Yeah. You guys are the biggest cocksuckers.
Well, oh no, it's back. I mean, this is unbelievable.
I feel like I'm Coleman walking around City Field 3 years ago, tripping my brains out of the house in here. Holy shit.
Anyway, this doesn't happen on the Mena's Minifan Network. And I guess the best bit of news, and look, the reason, some people have criticized me for... we don't even need to hear him. So anyway, some people have criticized me for doing these simulcasts because I shouldn't have held out an olive branch. But John's always been very willing to work together. And, during the week, Kirk Minahan, he reciprocated and he offered the KMS rundown to my network as well. And we've accepted. Joe, the Axe Sanders, will be executive producing the KMS rundown. It's coming back. It's going to absolutely shit all over Mike and the Minifans. And you suck and I'm glad we can do this simulcast together. But the big news is the KMS rundown is coming back.
First of all, two things. The KMS rundown, me on 3 Up 3 Down brought it to the attention that famous rundown. Why don't you guys record it another day? No one said anything. Second, the simulcast was my idea from 3 months ago. So
it wasn't your idea. We all talked about it.
Classic Menners taking my ideas 4 months.
I did not take any of your ideas.
I just want to say good job to both of you.
But I'm glad. I miss.
Anyway, I'm just glad we get Joe this Sanders back after you two just fucking treated her like
what I was going to do the whole time, you tiny little twat. You shouldn't have been such a.
You still treated her like shit, John. Like, I mean, you can say you admitted it.
Please, she's my
you absolutely
buddy.
did.
No,
and, especially BA in particular. He showed his true colors.
Yeah, BA broke your guys up.
Dangled this little carrot, which was nothing, to go on a channel where you're going to get buried and no one gives a shit. And
the views are the same.
You just fucking sniffed out and went for the carrot.
No, first of all, we're helping out Kirk Minahan. This is a Kirk Minahan channel. This is all because of Kirk Minahan. If he says the Mike and the Minifans, the prime time show or whatever, should be on Kirk Minahan's show, who am I to say no?
Exactly.
No? And
you know who you are. You came on as the Mincer. A real GVE guy would have said no. A real GVE guy would have said, I'm sticking with the Manners Minifan Network. But you didn't. You ran. You showed that you're a clout chaser. But that's fine. I've had my say.
All right, cool. Lines are open.
Now we'll take calls. I do agree with something Timothy Fax said. Is it Tim? Is it Tim Fax?
Yeah.
He said that he enjoyed the bit where they went for a jog around the block. And I've got to say, that bit where on camera there was no one there, it is the best the show has sounded for a couple of weeks. Wow. It was awesome. We got a break ironically, we got a break from the basketball talk, which was nice. But seriously, that was gold. Like if you look at the images of that, like the empty studio and the YouTube running. And I was listening in the car as well, and it just, the audio just goes dead. Like you just what you think your phone switched off.
The best was Justin coming back. Like I didn't, because I wasn't watching it. I was listening to it. Then you just hear, I thought it was Coleman breathing heavy at first, and it was Justin. I was like, that was pretty funny.
He said from the previous practice, like he couldn't believe how out of breath he was and how deeply he was breathing. And I thought
he was
exaggerating.
Mic working, Montante? It feels like it's not on.
This fucking guy. Who the fuck cares how? PRC.
Actually, he is right. I think he is right.
Montante
sounds low.
I don't think your mic's on. I think maybe it's just turned down very low. John fucking sleep at the wheel.
You don't even know what I'm doing behind the scene. You don't even fucking know, you little shit.
Guys, if you want to call into Menners Live, hosted by BA, featuring Menners, call in to 844-906-380.
I got like 20 minutes. I'm about to bet on a baseball game, so I can get my little bets in.
Oh,
okay. Before you go, can I just ask you something, Montante? And I know this is not financial advice, but does my Trump 2024 coin have any hope in going up, or should I sell it?
I think not financial. Look at you go, huh? Not financial advice. I think Trumpy goes up. Look, BA loves it too. Maybe BA's fat. No, I think Trump goes up by September as we get closer to the election.
I do like when you get annoyed by
mind-numbingly annoying. Yeah.
And who's selling more Kirkcoin, you or John from Scranton?
Oh God, Menners circles back to it, huh? I hate Menners. Fucking worst.
That's so funny.
All right, I'll reach out to John. He's
yeah.
John, mate. Oh, sorry.
619.
Menners live.
We lost him.
Oh.
No, he wasn't even connected. I heard the thing. The worst producer in the world. I heard the thing.
617.
You're going to turn it on for it to work.
I hit call. I hit talk, and it was the callback button. It just disappears.
Okay. Here we go.
617.
617. Welcome to Menners Live, hosted by BA, featuring Menners.
I'm hosting, you fat fuck. I can't hear him. It's
BA.
It's his phone. I can't
being
hear
the
him.
first call
I can't
minus
hear him
1,000
either.
cashes. It's sneakers. Go ahead. Do your little bit.
John.
It's his fucking phone.
Okay, always someone else's fault with John. I'm sorry. I apologize, Snakes.
Snakes, we can hear you now.
Having a bit of trouble.
Please repeat what you're saying, because all they're saying is they can't hear you while you're talking, and we can't hear you. Please.
The knob all the way up on the fucking thing.
Please. You can't turn the volume up on this.
He's just as quiet as he was before.
On the roadcaster, you can.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Seriously, Matanzi's gonna be the biggest pussy in the Camus universe. He's blocking every account. He's calling people up and DMing people.
Yeah, Sneaks. I'm blocking you because you're texting me 30 times on it. You're making 4 or 5 counts about me. For the guy who calls everybody the biggest loser in the world. Okay, yeah, sure. Sounds good, Sneaks.
I'm talking, right? Patty. He's reaching out to everybody that likes any tweet, crying everybody. He's crying the DA. This guy is the biggest scumbag scammer you'll ever meet in your life.
All right,
don't give this guy a penny. Don't listen to him. His genius idea is to hire a Trump impersonator to push Trump coins. This guy's a retard. I mean, he's the biggest fucking dummy there is.
Cool.
Right, sounds good, Sneaks. All right. Good Sneaks call. Get that out of the way. That was inevitable.
Was that your idea?
He's not obsessed.
It's good you're having fun with him. It's good you're having fun with him, Montante.
I know.
It's definitely a way for people to leave you alone about it.
Well, it's just one person who has the obsession. Lucky enough.
Well, I actually think there's a few other Minifans that have brought it up. Like, not just
you being so like
it's
like
annoying, BA. You being honest, it's fucking strange.
No, but you like
what's strange about it?
What's strange about a grown man texting you nonstop, making accounts about you? Everything I just listed. No. What's normal about it? That's actually probably
it's pretty normal for a Minifan.
In that shit that's in the comments.
But like the 40K Twitter account where it has you with the Google, the Apple Vision goggles on the Batmobile, that's a funny picture. Like, you know what I mean?
Like an asshole.
Hold up, DA.
All right. Sneaks, you got anything else?
No, that's it.
That's where I think if you're like, oh yeah, that's funny, then everyone will stop doing it. You know, that's what I'm like what Menner said.
Yeah, once Montante has a troll on him, it's got to be like a feeding frenzy for that troll because you just buy into like exactly what he's looking for.
Yeah, you give him everything that they want.
The Google Lens though, that's fucking one of the funniest things.
Yeah, like I get the Texas stuff could be like annoying, but some of the pictures
it's the middle of the day. I'm on WhatsApp dealing with fucking Indians. You look down, we got a grown man who's now made 3 accounts that texts me nonstop. It's like, all right. This is a little much. This is a bit much. But no, it's funny.
That's what happens when you become so, you're a clout guy. You got a lot of clout, and that's what happens when you're at the top. People come after you.
With great Trump coin comes great Trump responsibility.
Exactly.
Never heard you agree with me.
I did it by mistake.
Oh,
I was shocked.
I forgot to mention this. What do you guys think of this worst third chair bracket?
I think that's going to fizzle away in the air as fast as fucking.
You think it's gone?
Yeah.
It's gone already.
Okay. Yeah, I think they've already forgotten about it. I mean,
Justin says doing a show this weekend.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think it's a good idea. I think Rico has to be in that list. He was one of the worst third chairs.
He's a better caller than third chair.
He's a great caller.
I like his calls.
How about Coach with that came with the sandals?
The tough part is it's obviously going to be driven by recency bias because, I don't remember a lot of it's tough to remember people just from their name.
No, if you go through the descriptions, there's some people it just says like.
But when you look at it, does it come back to you?
No. There's some people that there's just like a first name.
And it's like Boston Joe.
If they don't come back to you, then that kind of does prove the point that they weren't that bad. If you're bad enough to not be remembered, then you're like, okay.
I think you have to be remembered as bad to be bad. You know, like if you were just nothing, then Julie should win this. I think.
Oh no!
I don't know if she's in the top. She's in the top 5 for sure. I don't know if she's going to win it though.
Julie's not.
I think there's been some worse than her.
We're never going to be able to.
Who would win it over her? So Mayo,
I think Rico was worse. I mean,
if Mayo's in this tournament and the way everyone talks when Mayo goes in and he doesn't win, that's bullshit.
No, I think Mayo wins the most annoying guest, but not the worst.
Yeah,
his last performance. But the thing about Mayo is, he people. I hate. If I listen to Mayo, I hate listening though. I like it in a weird way, in a weird perverse way. I don't like admitting that. So I don't think he would not fit in that category. He is the worst overall, as a human being and everything about him. But
there was an episode from June 2023. It says Julie and Mark. Who's Mark?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why I think it's actually if Justin pulls this off and does a show where he plays audio from all these people, and you can go, oh yeah, I remember that guy. I think that would be good content. It would be better than most of the content Justin's done lately.
Well, you're down on
less
you're
a
down
bit.
on,
No, he's just got very bitty. Like I enjoyed the snack thing today, but it's another bit. Like if he actually just did some work, which would be fucking spend some time going through old shows and putting together a compilation of these worst third chairs. I think that's actually, I mean, the mid sentence 781. I think that would be actually good content. Anyway, let's go. 781. Welcome to Manners Live.
I'm gonna cut you up.
Hey, Freddie Lynn here.
Hey, Freddie.
Hey, just wanted to say real quick. Everyone is down on Montante. I think that's bullshit. I am up on Montante. Stuck on Montante.
There we go.
How much Trump coin did you buy?
0.0.
Zero.
Actually, 0.1. The same distance between the KMS studio and the Dunkin' Donuts they had to run.
Give that to Manners in kilometers so we can fully.
Ooh. Okay.
You
got me.
That was
good. That was good.
That was a slight.
That was harsh.
Go ahead,
Thanks,
Fred.
Freddie.
You guys are fun. I deal with kilometers.
I have something for Manners. He's getting on everybody about their microphone. Montante's microphone is not great, blah, blah, blah. Manners, relax. Montante mistakes his nightlight for his microphone. Just give him a break.
Freddie.
Freddie was went from a complimentary call to
I thought that was
Freddie, you're going to be blocked in a week by Montante for that comment.
I hate that I stuck up for BA. That fat motherfucker.
You gave him a whole.
I will admit I'm fat.
This fucking guy, right here. Look at the cheeks.
Oh,
that's a Photoshop. Honestly, if you go to BA's Insta, there's photos of him like that.
I love the basketball league.
That's a joke. Everyone puts this picture of me and it's like, Kirk's so great. I love Kirk.
All right, this is not meeting of the minds. Any more calls? Any more calls? Okay, so other news. So just back to the big news about the KMS rundown coming back. We're going to have a central cast. If you think you've got the stones for it, if you want to be part of the show, we've got a few people in mind. But get in touch. The Manners Minifan Network is. I'm going to let the Axe take the lead on this one. It's private.
You have nobody in mind.
How many people have reached out?
Do you think the Axe is sitting on her hands? When you're asleep, she's working. When you're putting bets on, she's working. When BA's stuffing his face with junk food, she is working. When John from Scranton is doing drugs, she is working. So, I'm going to let. But
if you were in charge of this, who would you have in mind? Just some candidates. Who would you poach?
All I'm going to say is I think Visionless Dave should be involved in some way, as he's one of the stars of the rundown.
Is that wishful thinking?
But can you get him to commit?
I think I will say I think what is an interesting idea is maybe having a bit more than 3 or 4 regular cast members. You might want a couple more because people's schedules change. People are unavailable. John can hardly get anybody. Had Timothy Fax 2 weeks in a row in Mike and the Minifans. I mean,
I don't do anything.
Not easy. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I booked them.
Anyway, it's coming back. But if you want to be a part of the Manners Minifan Network, reach out. I had a great meeting with a new Australian Minifan yesterday. He's a talented guy. So the network's growing. While John's channel is shredding shows every week.
Doing my job.
And you know what? We're happy to give you this platform. We're happy to give you this platform on the Kirk Minahan channel to get your word out. So we're happy.
What are you talking about? I'm on the Manners Minifan Network. I'm talking.
We're simulcast
on this.
You literally have the logo.
I'm doing you a favor.
You have the logo in yours.
Doing you a favor. You were fucking drowning before.
Someone's screenshot.
Mike and the Minifans was so bad, and you got the audacity to question me.
We lost the caller.
Mike in the Minifans is always solid.
I have to say, I got a lot of satisfaction this week out of Pat Ford getting his comeuppance. He is a snaky fuck. He's the biggest clout chasing moron fucking goon face goober I've ever seen.
Oh, wow. Goon face.
And,
You gotta bleep that out.
Better make sure he's not Italian.
Goon
is that
face.
what? That's an Italian
I thought
slide.
you said, but
Oh, no, I didn't. So, yeah, I'm so glad he got his comeuppance. His show was shelved for the week. He's been exposed as a backstabbing fuckwad.
Didn't it come out tonight? When did you say it was coming out?
John's
got a caller.
He doesn't even know. Caller, welcome to Manners Live.
401, you're up. It's tomorrow, Montante.
Welcome to Manners Live, hosted by BA.
I knew
Preacher
Not
Manners.
hosted by BA.
Hello.
Am I on?
Yep.
Yeah, you're on. Okay.
Three
Just
up,
put
three
it
down.
out.
How you doing, guys?
Hey,
Oh, is this
sitting
Kane?
out. Hey, I heard Mike in the Minifans today. It was dreadful. It wasn't a great show, but where was all the Pat Ford hate? You hardly talked about it. You could have had a fucking awful week.
We talked about it in the. We talked about the roses. We talked about the cloud house shooting bricks. Where were you? Where were you, Kane?
Did you watch the show right before this?
Yeah, I did watch the show. I didn't hear enough of it.
Did
Wasn't
you
enough.
introduce?
John and Warren didn't even get brought up. The trips are awful this week, John.
So it's an all-time, and this is what happens at the other channel. Kirk Minahan, just decides not to release it, and everyone's like, "Okay, we're not going to release it." You're all fucking pussies as well. You didn't support your guys at all, John. You just fucking hung them out to dry.
What? I was told I'm not allowed to go to you to ask if we could bring it to your network by the guys who do the show because I empower them.
I'm just not even saying that. I'm just saying you didn't even stand up to Kirk. I mean, like Pat Ford. Oh, whatever. That's why you're a fucking weak ass leader. Like, you got nothing between your legs.
My network's crushing yours, Menners. You're lucky we're throwing you a bone.
Fuck off. Kane. I agree with you though, Kane. Pat Ford had a terrible week. His stocks are at an all-time low. And I think we've seen the true colors. Like we started to see it when I sent him a message. Oh, can you mention what's happening on the network that you come on a lot? And he used that to try and gain clout on the main show. I mean, he's the worst of the worst. I hope he has a heart attack and dies on camera in the next game. And, I'd love to see Johnny Warren fucking giving him mouth to mouth as that fat fucking loser fucking dies.
John was way worse on the show today than I was. Not even fucking close. He was
terrible
on the show today.
Absolutely dog shit.
He didn't say anything.
Yeah. Did he ask Kirk about his cancer? No. Did he? Nothing like that.
No, I didn't.
Kane and some captains. Kane and captains.
I'm gonna do a few because I love you.
Hey, Kane, maybe you need a little Kane and captains before you go in studio next time, so you come with the fire. A little captain and Kane.
Hey, BA, I want to talk about something about you. You said you came on our show. So we're in a private DM with Kirk, and he comes back after and says, "Hey guys, we did it." There's no fucking we.
I was joking around.
I could have brought anybody on that fucking show. It wouldn't have mattered, PA. You know what I'm saying? There's no fucking we. You're not part of the fucking network. Okay?
Did you introduce yourself?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yourself?
I apologize.
You
should apologize to Kane.
You went for the crowd. Okay, yeah, exactly.
I had a great time. I had a great time on 3 Ups, 3 Downs. I shouted it out multiple times,
Yeah.
We got John who brings on Dr. Stupid. He brings on the other fucking idiot. What's the guy that raped Warren Lynn? This is a bad person.
Where did I bring Wagon on?
Yeah, on Meeting of the Minds.
That's my show. What the fuck do you care about my show, Kane? I could bring whoever the fuck I want on my show.
We can still judge you for it.
Yeah,
we can still think you're a scumbag.
Yeah, why is he mentioning it here? What does that have to do with this,
What have
Kane?
you got to hide? What have you got to hide?
Also, Kane is in the DMs with me saying.
Okay, Kane.
Also, Kane.
John's rattled. You've done
Kane's
it.
in the DMs with me, being like, "BA, you're a really funny guy.
Yeah,
your jokes are so
You introduced yourself as three down, you idiot.
You're the fat, funny guy, BA. That's what everyone likes.
Yeah.
The fat, harmless, funny guy.
I wish your
Fluffing his
fucking
face with
show
the
performance was this
The
good.
guy that gave you your option. He also said that you were going behind the back trying to get me off Mike in the Minifan. I don't know if that's true, but
Manners? Yeah,
either
for
way,
sure.
like, he definitely turned his back on the fucking network.
Menner's definitely at times. Oh, no Kane this week. We're set with
That's
Kane.
a lie.
That's definitely true.
That's a lie.
That's okay.
That's the truest thing.
That
That's
is
a
the
lie.
truth.
Yeah, that's your guy.
I was like, oh, how about Kane this week? Nah,
Yeah,
we're
no.
all set. We'll find
Yeah,
someone else.
because the way John and BA do the shows, they just get the people on from last week. It's the easiest thing.
Oh
No,
yeah.
I tried.
Stafford was fucking awful. You spent
Yep.
like 2 minutes on him on the fucking show. He had a
Yeah.
fucking awful week.
Yep.
He used his mental health to make excuses about, like, I'm having a bad mental health day. It's just
Yeah.
fucking bullshit.
Lies.
Like,
Who said that? Who
you
said
didn't
that?
even bring it up because you want to stand behind it. I get it. Like, you're their Minifin elite. You can't rip them. I can understand that. But, it was embarrassing. Tonight's show was embarrassing.
I agree.
Sorry, Kane.
Absolutely fucking embarrassing.
There's probably people out there that agree with Kane. You got anything else?
It's always next week.
It was a great call, by the way.
John, you suck. Bye,
Yeah, he
buddy.
does. Thanks, Kane. Great call. 3 up, 3 down. Great show. Actually, I'm also coming back on the Kirk Minahan channel. I'm going on the Leeches podcast.
Oh,
And I've agreed with Tom that it will be broadcast on my network as well.
Can we hear a little more, John? I'm sure you would know. There has to be a little more that's going on behind the scenes between Alice and Tom.
Well, I was just
I
about
know.
to say Alice is coming out of retirement just because she wants to come on with me. And then she's going back into retirement. So
anonymous.
I'll ask her what's going on.
Anonymous, welcome to Menner's Live, hosted by BA featuring Menner's.
Oh, shut up, you fat fucking loser.
How you guys doing? It's Rand Ferdinand.
Hey, friends.
Hey, friends.
Oh,
John, just shut up, John.
So I wanted to get Monsante's feedback on the species of paracord in cocaine rat.
Could you turn it
What's
up,
that?
John? Turn the knob up a bit.
No, he just broke up. Say that again. He broke up because it did it to me too. Yeah. Hello.
Okay.
Call back.
All right, Franz, thank you. I've got some takes about the basketball team I want to get off my chest. So it may be the worst sporting team I've ever seen, and there's no way they're going to win a game. Like, they are not winning a game. They're never going out to dinner. And I actually think it's a good plan of Kirk's to go, we're only going to go out for dinner if we win a game, so he knows he doesn't have to take them out. I mean, it is awful. Mick should stay away for longer. I don't think he's actually ready to come back into the Minifan world. Like, he's just a shell of his former self. He's just not the same, and he's a broken man.
He was great on the show yesterday.
I don't think he was great at all. That fake argument where he goes, I could beat Kirk in basketball.
I think he believed. I don't think that. I think he gave him a
no,
lie
it's
detector.
another bit.
He has to go up to that game and play good if you talk shit like that, though. Like, it's if there's one thing I've learned is you can't talk shit about sports and then you get whopped.
It's physically impossible for him to play good.
No.
Exactly, but he shouldn't. Then you don't go in there barking like you're going to beat Kirk. I mean, it's ridiculous, and I just think that the guy clearly is going through some stuff. He's got a broken heart still. That's end of a long-term relationship. It was the best broad he's ever going to get, and he's got to come to terms with that. And I think he should stay away for another month or two, and then come back a bit fresher, because it's sad seeing him like this. And he's got this alleged Crohn's disease, which I'm still not even sure is a real thing.
Oh yeah, his physique definitely just shows that he's in peak health.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. It's probably like deep depression, I think, that's getting him down. And then my other basketball take is, it is unforgivable Ron and Gus playing golf on the day of the game. In that 90-degree heat, playing 18 holes, that is a huge fucking red flag. I mean,
but are you going to revolve your life around a pickup basketball league? Like, if he has a golf tournament, I could see Gus.
Honestly,
maybe
you should be shot for that. Do you see how seriously Kirk's taking this? I mean, if you want to be part of the team, I think you got to make sacrifices. And Ron looked absolutely cooked by the second half. Gus was like, that injury and then his carry on afterwards. Like, I agree with some of the comments you made on Mike and the Minifans. Like, the Gus show is getting a bit much now. And Montante said it, they're kind of enabling him. Like, they plant these things where he thinks he's this kind of personality who's going to make a career out of being the Gus Bus, when he's not going to. He's never going to be successful. He's never going to get a job again at Barstool. And he needs to come to that realization. And him like...
I actually don't agree. I would have said he is no shot 2 weeks ago, but now I think it's like a coin flip.
It's a coin flip. What?
Big Cat is infatuated with him.
Okay, interesting. But I think Kirk's just making a joke of that about maybe getting.
Of course, but no, Big Cat actually. Big Cat was tweeting about it last night.
Yeah, but I don't know if Big Cat tweets like when he's tweeting about these guys, he's thinking, "Come and work for me." He's just watching the sideshow and enjoying it. Like,
So
I don't think he thinks Gus would be a good employee.
If this internship happens 100 times, how many times does he get it, Menace?
Gus, you mean?
Yeah.
What's his chances of getting an internship?
Yeah. If this happens 100 times, how many times does he get it?
Look, he's a. Well,
How about
Give me a
that?
number. Give me a number.
Okay, without Kirk's intervention, 10%. But if Kirk were to call Big Cat like he did with Clemmer for some whatever it was, Bastillite, or if Kirk would have called Big Cat and said, "I think this would be funny," then obviously I think Big Cat would do it.
So I think he gets this internship, 33% of the time, and then if he gets the internship, then it goes up to 75% chance that he makes a quote unquote career out of this.
So if Big Cat had 2 resumes in front of him right now, intern Josh or Gus, who is more likely to get a shot?
Good question.
Gus.
Intern Josh or Gus?
Yeah, like
Gus.
it's the play-by-play guy. Intern Josh.
They already have a play-by-play guy.
And Josh is a zero. I mean, he's
come on.
His announcing's amazing.
He's a good announcer, but what else can he do? I mean, his show on your network is unwatchable.
What else could Joe Buck do?
Okay, but do they need an announcer? Do they need just Josh to just sit in the Chicago office and just announce all day?
What's his name?
Manners is jealous of Josh's announcing skills. He thinks he's like the prime time NFL
Wait
announcer.
until
I said Josh is good.
Hits a car.
What was really funny? Last week when I had Coleman on, his big like jab at me was when I said Josh should be hosting NFL Friday nights, and he was like, yeah, because NFL on Friday nights is such a big game, and I'm like, that was his big
Tell Manners bothered by that one.
No, it's just him being an idiot. Like, Coleman is the worst when he gets jabbed, and I think Coleman's dead man walking. So this is my theory. I think after the Unnamed show where what Dave Portnoy said about Coleman. So from now on, Coleman can never get a promotion. Now Dave's in charge of the company. If Coleman ever wants to go up the chain, he's going to come to Portnoy, he's going to see it and go, no way am I giving this guy a promotion. So actually, Coleman's hit his ceiling at Barstool, which is, associate producer to the Kirk Minahan show. And he can never go up or move sideways or get a promotion. So he's dead man walking. Like, if
that
he
was
wants to
a
go up,
sad
he
moment.
needs to leave Barstool. And I think 100% he'll be on a show where he'll be saying about, the toxic culture and, what Kirk and Dave did to me and all the gay jokes. Like, absolutely 100%. And he, unfortunately, his card has been marked now. Like, when the head honchos got you in their sights like Dave does, I don't think he would fire Coleman from Kirk's show, but, he just can't go anywhere. That's it.
That's actually a good point.
2 callers. 3, 2, 1.
That's a made-up number.
Maybe. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, move on. Thank you. Next time, call from not underwater.
Thanks for not blaming that one on me. 860.
860, welcome to Manners Live, hosted by BA.
You should be screening the calls.
Hey guys.
Hey.
How's it going?
Great.
Good. I like the show. I missed a little bit of it, so I apologize if you guys already talked about this. But what did you think of the YouTube stream? Actually, it wasn't just YouTube. It was on Rumble. It was on the platforms. The fact that failed, and have we gotten like any kind of an explanation?
Yeah, I think John from Scranton fucked it up. He's in charge of the YouTube and the Rumble, and he did something. He was asleep probably when it happened, and he wasn't around to fix it. So,
yeah, I wouldn't put that past me.
What? But like, if the internet goes down, can't they like just Isn't there a way to like rerun it or something, or they can't?
I think they were saying the upload was.
Yeah, that's not on them. All that.
Anyway, let's listen to the caller. Caller, what have you got?
Just cut me off mid-sentence.
Sorry, guys. I wasn't trying to attack anyone. I was just curious what the technical, because, I mean, I'm not a tech person. And then
later when they were able to upload the whole show to YouTube. So I just didn't know how that worked.
I mean, Coleman, is not very good technically, and Justin was too busy, putting snack packs together for basketball. So,
and Pat Ford had 5G.
You got anything else, buddy?
No, thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Hard-hitting question, but yeah, basically it's John from Scranton's fault.
I'm gonna go get ready to watch some baseball.
Thank you, Montante.
See you guys later.
You're a great guy. You take it easy. Love that sense of humor.
Today what was funny? Kirk was like, "Oh yeah, Josh and his buddies should do a show on the network," and I think he didn't realize they do have a show on the network.
I know. I didn't. It was like he's already got a show, and no one cares about it. That's the sort of job John is doing. That doesn't even know what's on his channel. That would never happen under my watch.
I have 661. Go ahead. Then I'll say what I have to say.
Don't even bother you dead man walking too.
Yeah, I just want to know why Menners doesn't support the basketball team at all.
Wow,
I do. I'm a sport guy. I watched it live yesterday.
Yeah, but I just hear you talking shit about Justin and Coleman and everything, and yet you're always complaining about it.
What's your point? I mean, it is the worst basketball team in the history of sports.
What do you mean? What's my point? The point is that you always complain about everything.
Yeah.
Great point.
I just don't think we need every show to be about this basketball team. But
I actually don't mind that.
It's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm not complaining.
The only thing going on with the show right now is the basketball.
That's the only thing going. Yeah, absolutely. And that's on the producers and Kirk and everybody. Whatever. Like that's the way the show is at the moment. It's fun.
You're never gonna live in a world where Menners is happy, my friend. If you,
the show's been great. I loved it when they got stuck into Mutt this week. The Mutt hate was fantastic. He's a terrible athlete as well. When Kirk was laying into Mutt on Thursday, I thought Mutt was going to leave. I mean, that was fantastic. I don't know what more you want me to do for the basketball team. I guarantee if I was anywhere near there, I would be at that gym. Were you there on Thursday? Were you there on Thursday?
Part of that group.
He's right. You should be.
You're over here.
Were you there on Thursday?
But you never joined the basketball.
Were you there on Thursday?
Were you there?
Were you there on Thursday, you dopey fuck?
Of course not. I'm in California.
Oh, the excuses. It's not as far as Australia.
Excuse me? What are you talking about? I got the same excuse as you. You're in Australia.
Exactly. Look, I would be there if I could. So
that's
this call is right. Menners is sick of the basketball talk. He says it's not good. It actually isn't Montante that's sick of it. It's Menners. Menners is sick of the basketball talk.
I don't know what you want me to say. The show's been great. The show's been fantastic.
Right? If you've suddenly switched over to being a show hater, I mean that's fine.
I'm not a show hater. I just have valid criticisms.
It seems like you're a show hater at this point. I mean, you just want to shit on all the other people.
You're just a dumb sheep that has to, follow the person in front of you. You don't have an original thought in your fucking brain. There's no black or white. You're either a show hater or you love the show. There's no in between.
But I don't see you doing anything.
So you don't see me doing anything. Open your fucking eyes, blind fucking loser.
He's bringing his busy
back right now.
Get rid of
the show, but it's
time in the sun. Thank you, caller. Go fucking die in a hole. That's it. Skulk away.
Great call.
Great guy. Made some valid points. Can't argue with.
You really did. I really agree with some of those points.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really good callers tonight.
Yeah, very
good. That was a great call. What was that? What else did I have on here?
I think you're completely right about Kirk being upset he's not getting the goal for Baller Steel Survivor, which I too. But it's like, if they don't pick Kirk, like, what do we do? What do we do?
I think it's for a weird reason too. I think it's actually, he said it's one of the only things, like, I think he's like, families actually being interested in, maybe his kids were actually talking about surviving Barstool. So it's sort of the one sort of crossover into the mainstream, which he doesn't often get.
Unlike Menners, Darren Cunningham, he says he's with BA. I think
I think it's fun. I haven't. They've actually had a better balance this week. Last week it was just too much. This week it's been better. And that, look, I've enjoyed. I've enjoyed seeing the demise of Pat Ford and Mutt. I've enjoyed some of the elements of the basketball talk. So I think you're taking it a bit far. I just think it's indicative of how little Kirk's getting from Coleman and Justin as producers, that he has to go, all right, I'm going to start a basketball team because I need something, and that's on the producer.
What about like of this gym account? Do you think it's Coleman?
Haven't really given it much thought. I never give much thought to these burners because it just annoys me so much. And
he's a monster though. This gym guy is a monster. He's trying.
I think it's probably Jonathan Scranton.
What about this picture of Coleman overdosing on mushrooms?
That is so funny. I mean, he's just he's like the typical fucking like dork or something. Like takes, as you said it before, takes like a little bit of mushroom, and he's the guy you don't want around in every situation. Like he's the guy you go out with to party and he ends up in hospital. He's the guy at the basketball. You saw in the basketball videos, everyone is just hoping he fucking goes home. No one wants him to stay there playing basketball. He has very few friends, I would imagine. But none of it's surprising. I mean, this is all on brand for everything we've heard about Coleman. This is 100% on brand, and I feel sorry for him.
He does look dead. Patriots stick again.
I mean, he's only 24. Like, he's a young guy. When I was 24, there's a photo like me of that in the middle of a square in Amsterdam where I just passed out when I was for my 24th birthday. Like, just passed out in the middle of the square. So I'm not casting judgment, but. He's dead man walking when it comes to the producer of the show. He's going to have to look at a job in another media company if he wants to.
Saying he go to work the next day and grind because he had a project going on. I was just like, what? Why did you say that?
Do you think there's like something to my theory that he's listening to these old episodes of Steve Robinson? He's trying to like take elements of Steve and use it as like he's trying to be ultra right wing. He's doing these car crash moments, and I think he's doing them like to just say out of the blue the one time, "Oh, my brother texted me about something." I think he is trying to mimic Steve a bit.
I don't know, trying, but he is following down that road. It's like it's just like, okay, weird guy, big tall guy. It is the same road.
But I think as well he stopped re-listening because he's barely doing like the job on the main show. So I think he's stopped re-listening, and you're right, he just stopped when Steve was like the right wing guy. So he, had he kept listening, he might have, got to the Cullinane era where we get wacky Coleman. But
you have to
I just think he's young. He hasn't quite formed, like he's not a fully formed adult yet, and he's he's one of those people that just sort of agrees with the people that are around him, which is exactly why he'll go to another company and he'll tell how Kirk was this mean person and made fun of my sexuality, and I wanted to come out but I felt victimized and all this stuff. I just think that's the way he is, and he's not ready. He's not quite ready, and his takes are awful. Like, no one can argue. He's not bad at actually producing. Like, he's good on the boards. He can do the drops. He's quite quick.
Very good.
But no one wants to hear his opinions.
But don't you think, like, now his shitty, like when he comes up with something stupid, it's kind of funny when they're mocking it a bit? Or you still...
No, there is... Look, that's fine. Like, anyone can just be made fun of, but I don't quite know if Coleman's got the substance yet.
Yeah, I still think, I don't think any of them have hit like a good story topic outside of Minifan stuff, or But that's if this whole show is Minifan stuff, like I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Now, if anyone wants to put a question in the chat, the phone lines don't seem to be working or something. So if you're watching and you want to put a question in the chat, John will be watching, being a good little producer that he is, and he'll put them up there. But we'll be answering questions. I have to say, I've had a lot of guilt over my comments about the Be a Man guy on last week's episode of Menace Live. Harmon is one of the greatest guys. And all I say is, be a man, take some criticism.
What the fuck?
But I have felt guilty because he's a great guy.
Can you imagine Harmon holding Menners up and that whole thing being, what was that about?
When he put out the tweet, he's broken my heart again. and like fucking Madawaska Rob got audio of me back in, I think 2020, saying I didn't think Be a Man was that funny. And then, put it on the internet last
40 million people later.
Oh, look, Coleman on shrooms is saying I'm not all right.
Look at his hands. Look at him clenching the hands. Like
he's in the middle of a trip. If you think about
that, if you close your eyes on mushrooms, you start seeing stuff even worse. So he's doing the worst thing ever.
Yeah. Like the straps down are fucking hysterical.
Any questions in the chat? Any questions in the chat? What else? What else?
Why do your eye sockets look unnatural?
I don't know, man. I haven't been sleeping that much this week. I've been burning the candle.
What's growing faster? My cheeks or Menner's?
Menace, what's your favorite fax's call? Wow, look at that. I thought Thursday's show was a shame that it was shorter. I'm getting a bit annoyed with the unnamed show starting at 11:30. Like Tom Shattuck's in there, another half an hour would have been good, but then they have to just wrap the show up. That's the only annoying thing about the unnamed.
I thought Shattuck was good.
He's great. Yeah, that's why I'm going on the Leacher show because I'm a Shattuck guy, even though he's all these backstabbing fucks.
You're gonna have to get used to letting some of them back into the castle. They all betrayed you.
I know they did. I know they did. But, we're in an era of peace. There's an armistice. Yeah. And, I just want content for the Minifans, as you've always said, John. And, we've won. Like, the Menace Minifan network is objectively better than your network. So I feel, no qualms in coming on and simulcasting.
And put it on the internet with the logo in the corner, and you're just going to look like a dummy. So we'll just cut that off there. We'll just
whatever. There. Who's next on Minifandom? Kirkster. Good question. Johnny Warren is next on Minifandom.
Oh wow!
So that was going to be last week, but I had a death in the family, so didn't feel like it's hard enough talking to a drip when you're feeling good, let alone when you're in a slightly depressed state as it is.
My condolences.
It didn't work the first time when you tried that bit, and it didn't work again then.
It was fun. I laughed though. That was just for me. But my condolences. This was also a question by Rhett Winter. One is Menner's going to Watertown.
Who knows?
Menner's to America.
Yeah, hopefully. I'd like to be there for Kirk's 50th birthday in October, the end of October.
Look, we got 2 laughs. Mikey grab bag and Rhett.
Does coincide with cricket season, so we'll just have to see. I'm going to be there, and maybe I go and I never come back. Maybe I go there and just take over.
That'll be awesome.
Yep.
If you took over, what would you like?
The Menace and Minahan show? Whatever.
If you took over, realistically, what is the first thing you do? Like, what's the biggest change you make?
I'll keep that to myself. I'm not going to just let out all the.
You're not going to get
that out of the bag.
Okay.
You're not going to get everything here. You just got to leave a little bit for you to get.
Yeah, I think he doesn't know.
Oh. Yeah, I've got a master plan. It would be if I was in charge, the listeners right now would be double, and Kirk would be making 3 times as much money. And there'd be like 6 interns who were females aged between 20 and 25. They'd just be wandering around the studio.
Say tomorrow he was like 3 months. I'll give you. You're allowed to produce for 3 months, and we'll test it out. Would you do it?
No, because it's too big a move. I mean, and then you can't work with Kirk under those conditions. He's such a ball breaker. Like I would need like a lifetime contract. Yeah.
301.
301. Welcome to Menace Live. I'm joined by BA and John from Scranton.
Favorites. Go ahead, Thrill.
Tell me an interesting story, Menners.
Great question.
Tell me an interesting story. What about any prompts, any words, any magic words you want to, any suggestions?
You brought up multiple stories nobody knows anything about, so just tell us all.
Oh,
what story?
Something dirty.
Anyone that came up in your tiny head that to you was factual. Just tell us about it.
Oh, get lost. I mean, fuck off. This is your call is terrible. You shouldn't even be allowed on Men's Live ever again. Tell me a story. Tell me your story, pal. Tell me your fucking story. Walking, dickhead. Walk off a fucking pier. Jesus.
Great call. Probably caller of the day.
Tell me a story. Like, what about?
When he asked that,
great
question.
Doing a bedtime story, fat fuck.
Maybe that's what he was doing. He had a little
Mikey Grabbag. Would Manners replace Justin or Coleman if he had to work with the remaining producer? Good question. I'd keep Justin. I think Coleman needs to find himself in another career. He's clearly not suited for Barstool. Like for some reason he doesn't know it yet. Like he's trying to be a square peg in a round hole at the moment. And he needs to find, the right hole, whatever his name is.
I think he's more moldable, though.
You think he would have been better at a Deadspin?
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if Julie DeCaro needs like a PA or something.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect for that. How happy would I be to see Steve Robinson on the basketball court? Extremely, because again, he's probably a terrible basketballer. So it's great to see him embarrass himself.
Yeah, he's gonna be. He'll be bad, but because he's gonna think he's better than he is, and that's it. That if he's stuck to a game plan, maybe, but I don't. He'll be bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Manners, will you do a show with Jay ever? I did try and give him the link to last week's Manners Live, but he didn't come on. So he's always welcome. He's always welcome.
Is that kid that does the show in a Kylo Ren mask? Is that Jay? Are you sure if that's Jay or not?
Do you think Jay could do anything as smart as that guy? I mean, Jay couldn't edit that video. He couldn't put enough sentences together. He wouldn't even be able to put that mask on. I mean, absolutely.
Okay. You're right. Dumb question.
He has that mask, though, I think.
Yeah, that was what this was based off of. I think he might be the only one with that mask. So.
Jizz Wizard really wants a story.
I mean, if you give me like a more, more specific, story. I mean, what does he want to hear about? Jizz, put it in the chat. Put it in, Jizz boy.
Flip that.
Minifandom with Jay. Maybe that'll be great.
That's true. Yeah.
Didn't you do one of those?
No, I don't think so. No. I think you're getting confused.
When Kirkenoff brought Jay on, it was a disaster. Oh no, I thought it was actually good.
He was good on the You Make Me Sick show. That was Jay's.
That show was great. What happened to that guy? Did he die? Wasn't he sick?
I think he went back to work. He had some time off and he's busy. And yeah, unlike a lot of you, he stayed loyal to the Manners Minifan Network.
Well, he doesn't do a show, so he did it.
Well, he stayed loyal. He didn't jump ship.
I say I'm loyal to Kirk Minahan, the greatest broadcaster.
I'm so glad Pat Gilroy's getting his comeuppance. He is the biggest fucking snake. Like he pretended to listen to the show. He thought, if he can get Pat and Kath on the channel, it would go so well. And he's got his 50 views a fucking episode. It's embarrassing. Now Kirk
I thought he was good on the show, though. I kind of liked him.
I didn't think he was terrible, but I didn't think he was good.
It could have been the topic was in his wheelhouse because them going through Mike's old tweets was really funny. That was a good bit.
But yeah, Gilroy's pretty much a zero, and he's just like, I didn't think he was good, but I just didn't think he was bad. He was just very average. Oh wow,
Kirkster.
Minifan with some of the OGs instead of the new clout chasers. Yeah, it's true. Who would you like to see on Kirkster apart from Jay?
Who would are me and John considered OGs now?
No, definitely not.
Damn, but that's all we want. I want to be like you in DC.
You probably are. I mean, I think if you started listening to the show in 2019 or 2020, you're going on 4 or 5 years. Like maybe they're like the EEI listeners are like Hall of Famers, like me, and you guys are like OGs. I don't know. I think there needs to be a classification system.
When the show first started, it was probably like 90% or 80% like the EEI listeners or to the new Barstool crowd. What do you think it is now? Like, you think it's like the opposite, 80% are like new Barstool listeners?
Yeah, because I think some have dropped off. But I mean, you had Fax on before, and he said he got into it during surviving Barstool. I met this Aussie Minifan yesterday, and he's a new Minifan. Like, he was like part of the Stoolies Clubhouse, and again saw Kirk on stuff, started listening. But then he wants to be part of the network, but unlike the Kirk Minahan channel run by John, we have standards. When I pressed him, he said he doesn't. I don't think he listens to every episode of KMS. So I said, well, that's a red flag. I'm sorry, buddy. You got to start listening to every episode. But a great guy, Aussie.
That's a use. Oh, the Aussie guy. That's a use.
He's an Aussie guy. He's an Aussie guy, Dan. But he's going to help out. He loves Barstool. And I think he wants to work at Barstool. He's like you and John, like a frustrated person that wants to quit their day job and work at Barstool.
Cool. That'll be the dream. The dream, right? He wants.
You look a lot like Jersey Jerry now, except fatter, way fatter.
Jeez. Don't worry. I'll be down 20 mentally in a month. So
mentally,
that's big.
That's big. That's the biggest part. Poppy and Subaru Steve, he's saying to have on Minifandom.
Mm-hmm. I like meeting Poppy. Subaru Steve is not welcome on any show I ever am on. He's a nice guy, but the guy has got so many problems. I really feel sorry for him.
That's bad. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I like him. I met him, but I saw his mum beat him up, and he's clearly got substance abuse issues and alcoholic. His life's falling apart. It's sad, and we just get a window into it. But can you imagine? He lives with himself every day.
It's crazy that these people are applying.
He's not a role model. He always said.
Well, thank God.
These people are applying to be interns at like Bussin' with the Boys, right? Am I the only one who thinks that?
They all
you applied?
No, the people who are. I think that's kind of crazy.
Like a 30-year-old intern.
If you're over 30, that's wild to like apply to anything that says intern.
Anyway, I think we should wrap this up. This show's come to a grinding halt. No calls, no more questions from the chat. Mena's live. It's great to be back. Remember, the Mena's Minifan Network is the place to go. We've got 3 Up, 3 Down. We've got KMS Star Wars coming up next week. We've got the KMS Rundown coming back. Mena's live. I'm going to be on the Leeches podcast. It'll probably be on both networks. And
which has been negotiated. Yes, we'll do that, by the way.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to Manners Live. Thanks, John, for producing. Thank you, BA, for joining me. You treacherous fuck. I will never forget what you did to me. And
at least I told you the whole time what I was going to do.
Yeah. You're an upfront scumbag. Whereas, and BA still smiles now and goes, I just did what? I just go. If Kirk asked you to come, you're going to go, man.
I did the right move. I did the,
history,
he's got like, history will show I did the right move.
Just off camera, just go back and watch Mike and the Minifans from tonight, and history will prove you destroyed the show. The KMS Rundown will become the best show on either network.
You got to get my guy fucking PRC a mic. That's brutal.
Yes, I rode USB mic. Please.
I have a fucking
PRC, do it.
I have a blue mic that's sitting here. Yeah. Like even something like
that's John as the CEO.
Yeah.
I already talked.
Next week on KMS, we've got Tuesday. We've only got 3 shows. Kirk's bludging. I mean, that is such bullshit. He did Monday's a holiday. and he doesn't do a show on Monday anyway, and he goes, I'm just doing 3 shows next week. There is no reason for that. And where's someone holding Kirk accountable? You got Justin worried about snacks, you got Coleman fantasizing about guys he's going to dance with on the weekend, but 100%, they should be doing 4 shows next week. There's no reason for them to just go, oh, I'm doing 3 shows. I mean, at least be upfront about it, Kirk. Say, look, I'm just gonna take a back seat.
Isn't telling you 3 days up front about it?
No, but I mean, he's using Memorial Day as an excuse where he just doesn't want to do a show. But he doesn't do a show on Monday anyway at the moment. So that's when the holiday is. So he could have just done Tuesday to Friday like he did this week. So anyway.
Maybe he's drinking again.
What was that?
I said maybe he's back to drinking.
Okay, but we've got Tuesday, we've got, I think, Blind Mike. And then Thursday, we've got Clemmer in studio. So
Clemmer calling
Freddie Lynn saying no respect for the holiday. I'm not saying he should do a show on Monday. I'm saying he should just do it Tuesday to Friday. He could have just done a normal week like he's done the last couple of weeks.
Freddie, I have to agree with you, and it kind of sounds like Menners.
Seems like he needed a day. He had a day to do something.
I'm the most respectful of the vets. I am very reverential.
Not what I heard.
I've actually been to the cemeteries in Normandy for the American soldiers that died at D-Day. Have you been to there, Freddie? Have you been to Normandy? Probably not. So who's got respect now? I'm going to see Furiosa, the new Mad Max movie. It's fantastic. Saw it last night. No, 2 nights ago. It's great. All right, Johnny, you play the music. You've been watching Manners Live. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look after yourself. I'm worried about you.
Another tough day at work today. Stephen Kirk, think I suck. Throw back a few wobbly pops, feeling down on my luck. And the interns ruin every show.